Eric Conover here, and this is a video journal of my world travels and little bits of my life here in the greatest city on earth, New York. Recently, I got back from a week-long trip to Iceland. In this video, I made a list of the most incredible places I saw while exploring the country. Now, before we jump into this video, make sure to leave a like, share this video on social media with anyone who wants to visit Iceland, and if you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe so you're notified when I post new travel destinations. Without any ado, these are the top destinations in Iceland you have to see to believe. Iceland is known as the island of fire and ice, and for very good reason. Number one on our list are glaciers. Located right at the Arctic Circle, glaciers cover 11% of the land area of Iceland. Simply put, a glacier is a slow-moving mass or river of ice formed by the accumulation and compaction of snow over thousands and thousands of years on mountains. Iceland is home to Europe's largest glacier, but due to a freak snowstorm, we weren't able to explore it. So we are now at the second largest glacier in Iceland, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I cannot pronounce it, so I'm gonna put it right here across the bottom of the screen. Now there are tons of ways to experience these glaciers. You can take a tour into another world by venturing into the beating heart of these moving giants through one of the many ice caves. Or you can choose to trek up and scale these massive bodies of ice on a glacier climb. The only problem, the tourists. Partially in part to videos such as mine, tourism in Iceland is exploding over the past 5 years. Now this is great for the local economy, but just a quick PSA reminder that you are a guest in this location. Leave it as you found it. If you want that isolation, you have to get there early in the morning before everyone else, and that's about it. Now back to the glaciers. Now in my opinion, you can forego the tours, the crowds, all of that, save some cash, and truly have a more intimate time by hiking on your own up to the foot of the glaciers. Winter or summer, if you're in Iceland, take the time. You will not regret going and seeing these massive glaciers. Number 2 on our list are the secret hot springs. With all the geothermal activity, Iceland is home to dozens of hot springs, and many of them are just the right temperature to warm up from all of the treachery on the island and have a nice little bit of relaxation. The more well-known hot springs can become very, very crowded. The other hot spring was full of tourists, and look behind me, there is not a single person here. The place I'm at now, you can't find on Google, you can't find it on TripAdvisor. No tourist website will show you where we're at now. Should I tell them where it's at, Mike?
No.
It's a long story how we found this place. We more or less made friends with some locals that we met off of Instagram.
Maybe a few people can find out, but no, we can't share it with everyone because this is a secret for Iceland.
All right, it is a secret, but it's one of those places that is so beautiful where I feel like you would I feel wrong not sharing it. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tell 3 people the secret location. All you have to do is follow me on Instagram right here. Send me a DM and I will reply to 3 people, only 3. This is for people going to Iceland, or I mean, if you live here, you might, I'd say you probably know about this spot, but I will pick 3 people who DM me and I will tell them the location of this I mean, look at this place. This is a magical hot spring. All right, here we go into the hot springs. Oh my gosh. Dude, it's hot.
Yeah?
It's hot.
I'm coming in.
To chill in a natural thermal spring, a secret natural thermal spring in Iceland. It's unreal. Number 3 on our list is Black Sand Beach. During the winter months, Iceland is devoid of all color. It is black and white. Located a short drive outside the tiny, charming town of Vik, there is a lava beach with jet black sand where a cliff plunges down 500 vertical feet to the sea with menacing basalt columns off in the distance that look like something out of a Tim Burton Dreamland film. Especially if you come visit in the winter, the contrast from the snow to the black lava sand, it's something you have to see to believe. Again, like most attractions in Iceland, they get very touristy very quickly, so make sure to arrive early and walk up beach from all the chaos to find some isolation. The raw power of the shore break at Black Sand Beach is incredibly powerful, and it will actually knock you off your feet with the surge and suck you right back out to sea, so be cautious. And if you're lucky, the sun might actually come out and light up those blue skies and give a little splash of color to that black and white. Moving southeast along the coast lies number 4 on our list, Diamond Beach. Welcome to Diamond Beach on the southeastern coast of Iceland. There's a massive glacier off in the distance, way in the mountain range, where pieces of icebergs from Glacier Lagoon drift ashore. Here, the pieces of glacial ice are tumbled by rough surf and melt in the salt water, forming these diamond-like, they're crystals that wash up on the shore. And the most unique thing about this beach is that it will never ever look the same. It's constantly changing with the tides. All that glacier runoff has to go somewhere, and with the rugged cliff terrain, Iceland is known for some of the most unique waterfalls on planet Earth. Skogafoss is by far the most well-known waterfall. We're up here early in the morning and we are at Skogafoss. We're still in the southeastern corner of Iceland, and Skogafoss is so unique because of the sheer height of the cliff that this water's pouring over, and we have all of our rain gear on because we're gonna get wet. This is as close as you can get to the waterfall without getting totally soaked. Look right back here. This thing is massive. Being this close, you can see the raw power of this waterfall. Make it a point in life to come and see things that make you feel small. It's very important to do. Gullfoss is another famous waterfall in Iceland. Now, Gullfoss is one of the most incredible waterfalls I have ever seen. It's located in southern Iceland, where the White River rushes south and flows down into this wide, curved, 3-step staircase-like waterfall, and then plunges down into this crevasse. And Gullfoss was one of those spots where you just stand there in awe of nature. Now, number 6 on our list isn't a place, but a phenomenon: the extreme weather. This is an actual whiteout. I should probably just pull over, no?
Yeah.
What?
This is a little dangerous.
To demonstrate how actually crazy it is in this storm, I'm going to go out just for a second into the road so you can see how gnarly this is and why we're pulled over. There is nothing more relevant in your life when you are in Iceland than what kind of weather it is.
Not too bad. Let's go.
We stayed in the town of Vik for a little bit, and when we first arrived at our Airbnb, we found it was buried with 3 feet of snow.
That would be Eric, and he's trudging into the Airbnb, which is right up there. And he needs to shovel out a path between the driveway and the house.
The weather can change in a matter of minutes. Take a look at this first shot. It was kind of gray skies and gloomy. About 10 minutes later, same location, the sun came out and it doesn't even look like the same place. While in Iceland, we got caught in the worst storm that they have seen on the southeastern coast in about 10 years. It is an Icelandic code orange, which means all the roads are shut down. We are on the road now. The storm cleared up. One of the people working at the gas station that we took refuge in said they recorded the highest wind gust ever in Iceland, and it was 214 kilometers per hour. If you are from the States, you can do the conversion, but it's just about 133 miles an hour, which I think is a category 3 hurricane, potentially 4.
It's the strongest wind.
This is very important. In Iceland, if the roads are closed, you'll see this. More or less this says if you have problems, call that number. A lot of the roads out here can shut down very fast because the weather can change so fast. When in doubt, always turn around. This is something that you need to take seriously while traveling by car in Iceland. And number 7 on our list is the cost of living. The cost of living in Iceland is 72% higher than in the United States. On my last day in Iceland, I traveled to Reykjavik and I went to a local grocery store just to check out some of the prices. $10 US for a loaf of bread. A dozen donuts will cost you just about $20. A tiny bag of pasta will cost you $8. $10 for a bag of salsa chips. A dozen eggs for $8. And for a tiny slice of New York cheesecake, that will run you about $23 US. If you want to see a more in-depth video comparing the cost of living in Iceland to New York, I made a full video comparing everything from toothpaste to rent. So make sure to check that video out on my channel. It is very eye-opening. I'm curious, comment down below if you've been to any of the places on this list. Also comment any places on this list that I missed, because I will be going back to Iceland this summer for the Midnight Sun. And with that, I will see you in the next destination. Peace.